Hey everyone, Tapdog here with Little Alchemist Helper. I made a video recently about the Beginner's Guide to Heroics, but I also wanted to give an update on how my heroics runs work, what I do, my strategy, when I'm able to complete it. So this is a video that is similar to my previous one where I gave tips and tricks, but I wanted to actually do a long one showing my whole run. So it'll probably be about a half an hour video, and I'll just give my own commentary as I'm playing, what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it that way. So with that being said, I hope you enjoy, and I'm going to jump into the game. So first, I'm going to go over to my edit deck option. This is my arena deck. People always ask to see it, so I can kind of show it right now. I've got 3 snipers in here, 2 Mr. Pims, and a Dragonfire. I like Mr. Pim because if it gets played against a sniper, it actually does more damage. It does 54 damage instead of the 53 that a sniper does to itself, or 52 I think. But it also only takes 43 damage in return, so it's a nice little option there. I've recently added Fairy Tale because that just was in the shop, as well as Invention. That was in the shop too, so I've got those 2 cards in here, and I reworked my deck, so I got a couple other cards that haven't been in here for a little bit, like Earth and Golem, because they both work with Invention and Fairy Tale well. I think Invention and Golem makes like a 39-32, and Golem and Fairy Tale makes a 35-34, so those are pretty good combos. But now I have a lot more of the offensive and defensive combos, and I like that more for my arena deck because sometimes you don't get your final form on your hand and you redraw and you still don't, so you need to play a little bit defensively. So I like having cards that can go back and forth depending on your need. So this is my current arena, but that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about heroics, so I'm going to go over there. This deck, I'm slowly trying to whittle it down to closer to about 230 cards. I keep taking cards out and then putting 2 cards in, but it's been hovering closer to 250, but I really should have it closer to 230. Once you have a lot more Onyx cards and stronger gold cards, as well as stronger Diamond Final Forms here, you really only need about 40 or so critical strike cards, and then well, maybe it's closer to 45, but basically a little over 200, a little bit less than 200 combo cards. So let me sort this by attack just to show you my final form cards. So I've got all the 36 final form cards in here. It's not letting me move. There we go. So I've got all the 36s in here. I've got 3 copies of the 35s, 3 copies of the 35s. I only have 1 copy of Monster Slayer. I do, when the monster event comes back around next week, I do already have 1 Monster Slayer, so I'll be buying that to fuse. So I will have another one of those to put in here. And then I've got some 34s here, as you can see, various 34s. And then I get down to my 33s. These are the ones that will be replaced with 34s eventually, but that's the end of my 33s, and then we go into Onyx cards from there. So I won't bore you with all the details of this, but when it comes to your deck, you really want to have that combo ratio of 4 combo cards to 1 final form card, because you should have them mostly fused. I think all except for my Onyx cards are fused in here in this deck. So that way, when you use 4 of them, you'll have a full combo meter, and then you can use your final form on the next turn. So it's the most efficient option, is a 4-to-1 ratio. All right, so when I begin on my advanced deck, I start with my Master Elementalist ability. This does 10 damage to the opponent at the start of each round. So my strategy is actually to go into the heroics, and I've already done my turn for today. If I look at my turn, my score was 355, which is all of it, but I'm averaging roughly, if I go here, roughly 127, 128 turns per battle, so roughly just over 3 turns per boss. And a big way you're able to get that number down is on your first 3 bosses. You should be able to one-shot all of them. So I'll start the trial and kind of show you how that works. So with Anna, number 1, you start with Master Elementalist. She has 34 health, and we're going to get that down very, very quickly. So I'm going to keep this hand, I'll say yes, and right away it now drops from 34 health down to 24 health. So now on this very first turn, I want to get as much of my combo meter filled while still doing damage. So I'd like to use this sci-fi card with probably Cat to make Catron. That should be enough to take her out. Leader here, I want to save for next turn because I need to have a really high attacking card to beat Albert. So we'll do this. I'll do 3 more damage right away, so that's 21, and then all the other damage here, so she gets a -10. So I was able to beat her on turn number 1. Sometimes if I don't beat Anna on turn 1 for whatever reason, if I got a bad hand and my redraw doesn't help, I'll actually just stop right here and restart, because that's so important to being able to get your turns down. Why are turns important? Well, I'll show you. I'm going to go back real quick just to kind of show you the top rankings here. So if I go to worldwide, you'll notice everyone here in the top 20 has fully completed it, or there's a couple of people that haven't finished yet today, but you can see there's quite a few people who all have completed it every single day. They have the 1065. So the tiebreaker is how many turns did it take you to do? And so the guy that's currently in 18th place right here, it took him 558 turns over the course of 3 days. So if you go to calculator here, 558 divided by 3, that means it's taking him an average of 186 turns. You divide that by 40, that means it's about 4.5 turns per boss for him to finish it. Now you compare that to someone like Jokovic here at the top. I know it says pink, but that's Jokovic. It only took him 361 turns. So you divide that by 3, that means it took him 120 turns, or just over 3 turns per boss. I'm about 20 turns behind him, so I'm at like 3.1 or 3.2 turns per boss. I'll do that real quick. 384 divided by 3 is 128. You divide that by 40. I'm at 3.2. So the more efficient you can be, the better your ranking's going to be. So battle number 2, I stay on Master Elementalist, so I can do more damage here. So Albert has a little bit more health, but again, he's going to lose that. Goes from 38 down to 28. Now I'm pretty sure this is my best highest attacking combo, but I'm going to double check. Yeah, that's a 37, and I think this is a 38. So 39 is my best option here. I don't know if it's going to be enough to beat Albert. Sometimes I beat him, sometimes I don't with 1 turn. So we'll see. So that's going to do 26, and we are good. Okay. So first 2 bosses are completed. They both took 1 turn to beat. So at this point, I actually swap back. I go over to my healer now. Actually, pro tip for you, change your deck to your arena deck, so that way people in arena are not battling your heroics deck, but they'll be battling your arena deck. And you have healer here already set. So now we'll go back to heroics, and we'll fight boss number 3, Mr. Pym. My combo meter is full, so I want to use a final form. Now, for whatever reason, I don't have a final form here. This is rare, but it does occasionally happen. So what I need to do is redraw and hope for the best, and I'm lucky out that I did get one. And I'm actually happy that it's a 33 attacker, because I like to use those at the beginning here. So that will one-shot him. So now I've 3 turns in, 3 bosses are done. Now, some people, I don't do this, some people will now go back and forth between Master Elementalist and Master Healer each round. I'm sure it might save you a couple turns, but for me, I just like to get my health up now. So I'll continue on Master Healer for the foreseeable future here, but I will be trying to do as many glass cannon combos as I can. So as I'm looking at my turns, I could potentially do this as a 39 attack, but I do want to see what my other options are. So a 34 or a 35, or I've got a 37 or a 36. So I'm going to do this 37. It is 2 less attack than the other one, but let's just assume that I'm going to pull 2 more Final Form cards. That might happen, it might not. If it does happen, then my best combo would be Sword and Miniature if I use the 2 Onyx cards together. So that'd be a 28 attack. So if you do the quick math here, 39 attack plus a 28 attack means over the 2 turns, I would have done 67 attack. Comparatively, if I don't use both those Onyx cards together, and instead use this miniature with the rainbow, I would do 37 attack, and then the next turn, if I only had these cards again, I would do 35 attack, which is 72. So it's 5 extra damage being dealt. And there's a chance that obviously I'll pull more cards that combo better and get even higher damage than that. So because it's such a small drop off of 2 damage between the Onyx cards being combined and then 1 Onyx card being used, I'm going to go with this option. So I just wanted to explain that in detail so you understand why I'm choosing to do this rather than using the 2 Onyx cards. So now it's my next turn here. Same thing. I don't think Chinchilla is going to be able to do much on the attacking front, but Fire and Fireworks does make a 37. So I actually get to do 7 extra damage instead of 5 extra damage by keeping that fire for an extra turn. And that's going to get him down to about 5 or so health left. 8 health left. So I could use my final form here, but it's not the best idea because then I'm going to do 68 damage potentially, or 70 damage if I use the Man-Eaters, and they only have 8 health left. So in this case, I'm going to just use Sword and Chinchilla to make that combo and beat Lucy. Because it was going to take an extra turn no matter what I did there, and I'd rather keep that final form for my next turn. So now I go to the next boss, Leopold here. I think he starts with 60 health. Yeah, 60. So I'm going to use Man-Eaters, but he's going to survive this attack, unfortunately. It looks like he'll have about 8 health left, I think. Yeah, so I'll be able to beat him here. Again, because he has so few health left, I don't really care about necessarily playing the strongest combo. I just want to make sure I get my combo meter filled. So this one is fine for me to do. Got my meter up by 3 right now. And I like to stay on Master Healer here because I'm trying to build up my health. The first 2 sets of bosses are significantly easier than the last 2 sets of bosses. So I'd rather get my health up now so that way I can focus on dealing damage later when the opponents are harder. Some people like to go back and forth. Some people also like to have less health than I have, but this strategy seems to work well for me, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So we're continuing on here. I'm going to do the same thing as before. I know Demon and Water make a really good combo, 38, but I want to see what my other options are. So I've got a 33 or a 34. Because I'm going to be playing my final form after this, I'm going to do this one to get as much damage done to Vera as possible, to get her health down, so it's easier for my final form to clean up for me. So I did 52, which means 8 damage more than she had health. Had I done one of those other combos, she still would have died, but it would have been a lot closer, so it was better just to not worry about that risk since I knew I was using my final form and wanted to get her health down on 2 turns. So we'll continue again. I like to stay on Master Healer almost through the first 2 rounds. If I get to 200, a little over 200 health, I'll swap early, but usually it takes me the first 20 or so bosses to get my health up there, especially now that the bosses are broken and they either use Elementalist or Enchanter. They're not using Healer right now, so it takes a little bit longer when you're having to heal every turn. I'm going to redraw because I don't have any Onyx cards in this hand. All right, so Fairy Tale is new for me. I'm researching it, so because of that, I don't have too many combos done. You can see here I need to still research it with Holy Water and with Wealth, but because of that, I want to use it when I can, even if it's not necessarily the best combo. In this case, I think it actually is anyway, but that I can do, but that's what I would recommend. So if you have cards that you're researching that you throw into your Heroics deck, when you get them, always check them first to see if you can use them. So I think that's going to be my best option because that's a defensive combo. Yeah, okay, so we're going to play this again. And then Francois' health is only going to be about 20 left, or 30 left. Okay, so I was going to say if their health is 20 or above and I have my combo meter full, I'm going to play a final form fused just to finish it. Because again, it's all about the turns here. And it's not a waste to use your final form like that because you beat them in 1 turn instead of... Had that taken 2 turns, he would have had his combo meter filled this turn. Next turn, he would have used a final form. It could have been a curse. And now you're looking at 3 turns to beat the boss instead of that single turn. So That's another little hint for you. If you have your combo meter full and they've got above 20 health, or you don't have any high attacking combos, just play your final form. Finish that right away. Okay, we're on to Miles. I'm going to keep this hand. It's a little bit risky, but I think we're okay, because that is a very nice combo there. It's a little risky because I lucked out. I was going to say I don't really have too many good cards to combo with, but that works. Now Miles, thankfully, does not. I think it's Francois is where you start to see them get their final form on turn 3. So now I'm in a situation where I'm going to play my final form here. I've got 3 to choose from, but I'm not going to use Poisonous Prince or Sniper because Miles only has 36 health left. So Food Squad will be able to beat them, and it's just the better option because I don't want to waste my higher attacking critical strikes yet if their health is that high. There's going to come a time when I get further down where I want to use those at the start of a turn when my 3 turns aren't working or something. So we'll keep going. I will keep this hand. It's not ideal because Toy doesn't combo well with either of those, but we'll see. See, that the highest attack is a 34, which is not that great for an Onyx card. I am going to look at these. Sometimes you'll get like a 32 from a combo like this. But I think we're just going to go with this 34 for now. It does 6 more damage than if I had used those other options. And thankfully those combo together. So here's where we're going to see our first game of chicken, is what I like to call it. We're going to play against Xanthar right now. He's got a full combo meter. Now the very first Xanthar doesn't necessarily play his final form when he has his full combo meter. I think he has like a 20% chance or something. So we'll play against him and hope for the best. I'm going to play Sniper since she has 1 extra defense. But there is a chance we get sent to the Stone Ages here. We lucked out. Okay. The worst thing you can see happen there is a counter attack card where it will reflect all the damage you do. That does occasionally happen and it sets you back and you're not going to have a good run because of that. But we're okay. I felt like sometimes Ella doesn't get her combo meter filled as much as Xanthar. I don't know why. Just one of those weird quirks that I've noticed. Xanthar tends to be the hardest boss for me. There's a really good combo to start my round against Ella. See how she only got 2 filled? Xanthar had 3 filled after his first turn. I think we're going to go with this option here. Again, I'm trying to get her health down. Okay, so she filled it on this hand. So she probably will play a final form, but we're going to risk it again, hope for the best. And we lucked out. And we also, I think, beat Ella there, so that's the good news. Perfect. That was a perfect turn. So we've now finished the first 10 bosses. We've got 55 score, and now we're going to start round 2. I'm going to continue on healer here. Anna 1 and Anna 2 and Albert 2 are still fairly easy to beat. Every version of them is fairly easy to beat. This is another one of those situations. I'm just going to play the 35. It's 2 less, but that gives me a second Onyx card for next round. And that actually is great, because now I can look at these options. I'm surprised Underwater and Invention doesn't work. I feel like that'd be, well, I guess it'd be Submarine, which is not that great of a combo. So I'm going to do this one, because Invention has more high attacking combos than that. So Anna may play a 3-orb final form right now, but I'm still okay with playing my final form here. Yeah, she didn't, but I did not do enough damage. I think she's got 1 health left, which is unfortunate. Sometimes this happens where you got 1 health left. It's a bummer. It's nothing you can do. Just play your combos that you can make and go from there. All right. We'll keep going now to Albert number 2. We're going to redraw because I only have 1 combo card in my hand. And here we go. So both of these make the same combo. I'm going to use Knight because War is a gold combo card, so it has a better chance of being able to make diamond combos versus Knight. So that's why I chose that combo over the other. I'm going to again play my highest attacking combo here. I won't do enough to beat him, but Albert will have about 10 to 15 health left after that. And then I can beat him here with War and Ash. And there we go. So we only got 5 health added from that round. On Master Healer, you do get 10 at the start of the turns, but because they're using Elementalist, you take a lot of damage as you keep going. So unfortunately, that's usually what happens. You get 5 to 10 health when you're playing against a Master Elementalist, so it takes a little bit longer to get your health up. All right, now that is a great starting card here. That's going to get his health down by 25. It won't be enough for us to be able to beat him right now, but we can still use this Final Form card and get his health almost all the way down. He'll have about 10 to 15 left again. And then we'll just use this. We're going to play this one. And there's our first counterattack. So I'm going to get 27 damage dealt to me. Unfortunate. So my health went now from 130 down to 105 or so. We'll see at the start of this hand. Yeah, 110 is my current health, but it'll jump up here in a second to 120. Now, because I only have 2 combos filled, I'm not going to look at my sun. I'm going to look at the other combos I can make. This is a 29, and that's a 33. So we're going to do this combo. And that way I can use my combo on turn 2 here. I prefer to use it on turn 2 because Lucy's combo meter is not full, so there's less chance that she'll play a Final Form, whereas there's a very high chance she'll play a Final Form on her next turn here when I'm not playing my Final Form. So it just makes a lot more sense. There we go. We got a nice good combo there, and my health is down to 103 now, but she should be just about done. Yeah, let's do that. I don't really like Sun, so if I can just make a combo to get rid of it, I am a happy camper. All right, and now we're about... Leopold is the halfway point. Once we beat him, we'll be halfway through Tier 2 here. I'm a little bit worried about the amount of health I've got, but that's because I just had to fight 4 Elementalists. Actually, 5 Elementalists back-to-back. Might have even been 6, so that's a lot. I'm going to redraw because I don't have a Final Form, but I have full hand there of cards, and unfortunately I did not get one. So in this situation, I'm just going to, again, to play a high attacking combo, preferably not... Oh, perfect, okay. I was going to say preferably not one that would use both Onyx cards at the same time, which they don't combo together anyway, so it doesn't matter. Did not get a Final Form once again, so I'm going to look at my combos available. So 34 is the highest for Metal and 36 for Villain, so we'll use Villain. Getting Leopold's health down just a little bit here. And then I got my Final Form. This is a little risky, but we're going to play it. Oof, that was a big risk. So now I'm going to lose 50 or so health, unfortunately. So big loss on my health there, which means I'm just going to have to stay healer a tad bit longer than I would have liked. But that's the risk of playing a Final Form when your opponent is got their combo meter full. And so this will not be as good of a run as I already did earlier today, but it'll be a run nonetheless that we can see and learn from. All right, we're going to keep this hand, and I think 34 is still my best. Okay, so when all 3 of these have 34, I like to find the weakest card of the bunch, which in this case is Wind. I just know from my gold combo card rankings which of those 3 is the weakest. So I'd rather get rid of that card so I can keep the other ones to potentially make stronger combos later. Like, I'm not going to play this, but just so I can see, look, there's a 32 attack, a 31 attack, and this one's got a 32 attack as well. So those will be strong for later, whereas Wind, I guess Wind just started working with Moon. It didn't work with Moon previously, but it wouldn't have comboed with that, and I can't remember the other card, Sleep. I don't think Sleep and Wind make a combo at all, so... I'll play this combo. There we go. That was a good call because I did 20 damage there and she had 19 health. So if I had played the other options, I would not have beaten Vera there. Okay, I think we get up to Francois now. I'm going to, as much as I like some of the combos those cards make, I'm going to redraw because I don't have a Final Form and I don't have a Onyx card. Well, we got Jungle in here. I'm still not finished researching Jungle either, so I think I want to look at the combos it makes real quick. I do know Cartoon and Knowledge makes a stronger combo, but I'd like to get rid of this since I have a good combo for it right now. And I'm okay with one less damage there. Especially since I apparently get to play this combo anyway right now. So now Francois, health's going to be closer to 50. And I got my final form, so I'm going to play it. Again, it's a little bit risky, but it's the best option if you want to get your turns down. And keep them down. Unfortunately, my health is keeping down too because I'm getting so many of the bad final forms and bad matchups. I will keep this hand. I'm going to look at Jungle again just to see what I've got. See, I haven't done any of the research there, so unfortunately, I don't want to do that combo. I do think that's a good combo, yeah, so I'll do that combo for now. Get a nice high damaging output against Miles there. Again, I'm going to double check. Still no research done for those guys, unfortunately. Let's see. There is a great combo as well, so we'll do that one. Miles' combo meter is going to be full now, and he'll have about 50, 60 health left. No final forms, so I'm going to look. I'll play this combo. Still no final forms, so I'm going to see what my options are here. I don't think that combos with anything, yeah. And Poison and Golem, or Poison with Void makes those. And then Void Walker makes those. So I think I'm just going to play my highest option here. No final form again, so I'm going to play Void with Void, I think. We'll get that one going. And now I'm not going to play the final form because he's got so few health left. So instead, I'll play this combo and hope for the best. See, this is unfortunate. I just lost a turn. Had I played the final form, I would have got that turn. Now, I am going to play this guy unfused because it will hopefully... Oh, gosh. See, this is where you get into these situations I was talking about where you're trying not to play too many turns and you end up playing so many more. So it can happen to anyone. You get on these little situations where you just get trapped by their abilities for a while. All right, we'll keep going now. Xanthar, we have a full meter and we've got a final form, so we'll take his health down fairly quickly here. And then I want to find another high damaging attack like that one there. So now he's got about 10 to 15 health left after this turn. And our last option here should hopefully beat him. Yeah, that'll beat him. We do take 19 damage there, so we're at 119 health, unfortunately. At this time, I'm normally closer to 200 health, so just to give you an idea of the bad run we're getting. I'm going to redraw to get a final form. We got one, so we'll play it right away. And then after this, I think we have a 40 attack card with a hammer, so that'll be a nice 1-2 punch. Let me see. Oh, I was wrong. We have a 37, though. That's still pretty nice. I thought I saw a weapon as one of my gold combos, but it was Apocalypse. Got to check my vision, I think. Okay. Highest attack was the Vampire Knight. So again, we almost beat Ella. She has 1 health left here, but not a bad thing because now we can... don't want to do that because there's a chance she plays a defensive combo, so I'd rather just use this. Well, she definitely did not play a defensive combo to get her taken out. Okay, so now we're done with 2 rounds of bosses, and I'm going to stay on healer. Anna 1 and Anna 3 and Albert 3 will be a good way to get my health up here fairly quickly. They don't play as strong of cards as the rest of the bosses, and they don't play as strong of final forms either, typically. So, as long as they're not on Elementalist, it's a nice way to get your health up a little bit. Just looking at my combos options, I think this is going to be my winner. Yeah, so I'm going to take a little bit of damage there, but I think I beat her as well. So that was a nice trade-off. 3 damage to finish off Anna. Not too bad. I'll do the same thing with Albert here. And I'll probably change at boss 25 over to Elementalist once I get a little bit more health here. I should have redrawn. I was talking, I didn't pay attention because my combo meter's full and I don't have a final form. So because I was distracted, I've lost out on at least one turn here, unfortunately. But we'll hopefully get a final form after this hand. Nope, unfortunate. All right, I think most of these are defensive combos for water, but I think we will have at least 133 attack, yeah. So Albert might play a curse card here, so a little hesitant to play a final form, but it doesn't really matter because I didn't get one. Okay, he used a 3-orb combo there, which means if I get my final form, I should play it this turn, and I did, and it should hopefully be just enough. It might be a little bit less than we needed, but no, we're good. We're good. So that beat him, and then I might even actually be able to change after Pim if Pim is an Enchanter. So I might get my health up a little bit more here. You can see my health has jumped up to 160 after those 2 bosses. I'm going to redraw because there was only gold cards in that hand. And Monster Myth is a good combo for us. Bat is such a horrible Onyx card. Neither of those was a good combo for it, so I'm not going to use them. I'm going to play a little bit safer here. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I'm going to lose 50 health again. So all my gains from the last few bosses is gone in an instant, unfortunately. But that's the risk you got to take in order to reduce your number of turns, rather than waiting an extra turn when their combo meter is just about full. All right, so we're going to continue this way for Lucy and probably for Vera, and then swap after that, as long as we can get her health back up to about 150. All right, so a good starting hand for us. We've got a Mad Bomber to play. That'll get her health down to about 30. And then those are both defensive combos. So we'll play this one and hope we get another combo card here. We got a couple options here. So this is probably my best option, but my combo meter is not going to be filled by that. I don't think this or this or this will do enough damage to beat Lucy, so I'm going to have to play this one and hope for the best. And even with that, she's still got 2 health left. So on the plus side, I'll have my combo meter full for the next boss, and I get to have my health up. But on the downside, it's an extra turn being used. So it's kind of unfortunate there, but it happens. And it looks like we should be able to swap after Vera here. Oh, Leopold, I meant. When we get into Vera, we will swap. As long as we don't have any crazy damage things happen to us this turn, we should be at about 150, which will hopefully be enough. We'll see. Okay, so this one is higher attack, but I'd rather do this option so I can save my Onyx cards. And that's it. Not the best option, but we'll go with this one here. And unfortunately, they've got 4 health left, which happens. Thankfully, he didn't play a final form, so we've got over 150 health, and we'll swap now. So I'd like to keep my health up as much as possible, but I can't dictate what happens in these next rounds here, so I might have to go back to Master Healer when I get to Anna 4 and Albert 4. But for now, we play pretty much the same way, just a little bit more aggressively. We should be able to get their health down to closer to 30 each time I start these rounds. And then it's just a simple trying to get their health down as quickly as possible, hopefully on this turn, but it doesn't happen all the time because it's hard to get an attack that will do enough damage. So I'm going to play this one, and that beats Vera, and I lost roughly 7 health that round, so not too bad on the health front losing. That's an okay, acceptable amount to lose. We'll keep going now. Francois, thankfully, is an enchanter, and we've already got a final form. Now, my only concern about this hand is I don't know if Moon and Wizarding School combo. I don't know if they do or not, so I actually will pop up the wiki, look up Moon, and see its combos. Wizarding School. It does. It makes Professor Werewolf, which is not that great of a combo, but as long as they combo together, I feel more comfortable because I just, with I'm only going to have one card replaced in this starting hand, and there's a chance it's another final form. It wasn't, but... So we got Professor Werewolf, again, not that great of a combo, and we've got Doomsday Omen, or... That's all we've got. So I'm going to play Doomsday Omen. It's a gold combo, but it does 28 damage. And it just gives me 2 extra damage to this opponent, which is needed. I should be able to finish them off right here if I had a combo. So in this situation, I'm just going to play this final form. And hopefully we did not beat them, unfortunate. I was going to say hopefully we'll beat them there, but we did not. But it's okay. We'll beat him here. And no damage was dealt there. I think we took a couple damage at the start of the turn. So again, not too bad overall. Our health is still doing well. We've got 3 bosses left in this round. Now Miles is going to do some damage to us since he is an elementalist. So I'd like to get his health down as quickly as possible. I picked this one since it had the highest defense, even though all 3 were 34 attack. And I think that's my best option here. That's going to do 22 damage, so he's going to have 4 health left, unfortunately. And I think I'd rather do this since it has a little bit more defense, and that's going to kill him no matter what, so we're good. So we lost 8 health from Miles. Still in a fairly good spot, but I'm probably going to swap to healer when I get to Anna. Xanthar is going to be my biggest headache here because he likes to do a lot of damage. The good news is I've got the Chosen One, which is probably one of the stronger gold combo cards in my hand. So let's just see. See, both of those do 35. There's our 38, though. We're going to do that. I would have only done 37 if I had used Knowledge and Insect together. So that was a little bit better for me. I'm going to kill Xanthar no matter what, so I don't want to use my Insect this turn. I'm going to just try to find a high defense combo if I have one. It's my best option, so we'll go with that one. Unfortunately, I just did 20 damage to myself, 25 damage to myself, so I'm down to 100 health, unfortunately. I'm still going to stay on Elementalist for Ella here because I just want to beat her as quickly as possible. And I've already got a Dragonfire. That's nice. So her health will be down to about 30, maybe a little bit less. 25. So highest attack I can do is what I want to do here, and I think it's that because I think this is only a 36. Yeah. So this is my highest attack here, and thankfully I 2-shot Ella. That's a nice little bonus to be able to 2-shot her. So now we're going to swap back to healer because, again, Anna and Albert are some of the easiest opponents to gain your health on, and I'll probably stay this way for 3, maybe 4 bosses, and then finish it out on an Elementalist for the last 6 to 7 bosses. I'm pretty sure Sword and War make a combo. It'd be silly if they didn't, but I don't know for sure. So again, I'm checking to make sure. They do. They make the USB of 99 Truth, which is not the greatest combo, but it's an Onyx sword, so it should be fine. I'm going to play this one only because I'd like to save the Poisonous Prince for later in this match. Oh, totally forgot my combo meter wasn't full, you guys. That happens occasionally. Thankfully, we'll be able to beat them right now. So Anna is no more. We have about 100 health. We're in a good spot, and we get to beat Albert now. We did waste a turn there, but that's okay. We'll keep going. I love to see an enchanter here. I'll keep this hand because I know at least Villain on Arcade is a 30 attack. Oh, but that's even better, 33 attack. Villain Arcade is the Bowser combo. Oh, another 30 attack. Perfect. Okay, so Albert here will probably play a final form. I wouldn't be able to get his health down anyway with this 36. But we're going to play it anyway. I don't care. Okay, so I took 17 damage there, so I'm back down to 102 health. But we'll continue on, play Merlin, finish this round off, and 105 health. Let's hope that Pim is also Enchanter. He probably won't be. He'll probably be Elementalist. But, oh no, we lucked out. That should be able to get us up to about 125 health then, hopefully. It's a good combo there. Love to see a high 30s attack. Get him down a little bit. I have a lot of final forms in my hand. This could be a little bit dangerous, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to take 1 damage there. And now it's time for them to play their final form, so let's see what they play. That's not too bad. We're going to take 10 damage, but we still have pretty good health there. And then we don't have we don't have a combo card to play, so I'm going to play this guy. It's my highest attack option, but I wanted to get him down for sure, and I didn't know if the other one would get him down. Okay, we're going to play one more round on healer since her health isn't as high as I would have liked it to have been by this point. Lucked out that Lucy is also green. And do one more look up here. Do Rodent and Madness make a combo? What would be a crazy, maybe an Angry Beaver? Madness, Genius and Insane. That makes sense. That's a 29-20 attack, so that's a good one. Get Lucy's health down here a little bit. She'll probably have about 50 health left after this. Now, we're not in a good spot here because we have Snake, and that's one of the lower combo count cards. Yeah, Snake and Golem don't combo, so we're going to have to play Vampire Assassin to protect us this turn. And hope we get another combo card here. We might get stuck, though. Yeah. So we're going to play Narwhal now. I like to just do a little bit of damage and hope for the best. Oh, perfect. That should be enough to beat her, and it is. And we're going to take a little bit of damage, but not too much there. But we've got a decent enough health that we can swap now. We've got 6 bosses left, so I'm okay with my health going below 100 here as we go, as long as it doesn't get too crazy. So now we're on to Leopold. And I'll keep this combo. It's not the best, but we get rid of a fairy. I'm happy with that. And then we'll play this, and we'll get his health down to almost 0. It'll be very close. Yeah, he's got 4 health left. Okay, we'll play this. That's going to do it for him. And we took probably about, I don't know, 7 to 10 damage that round from Leopold. 5 bosses left. Unfortunately, they're all Elementalist, apparently. I'm going to keep this because that's a space, the Ghost Hunter, Ghost Trapper combo, and then I can use my final form on this turn. So that'll be a good 1-2 punch. Looks like we've got space, which combos with pretty much every card, so that's a good card to see as your first and only option there. And that is another good combo for us, and we'll take about 8 damage there. So we're down to just over 100 health, which is still a good spot to be when you've only got 4 bosses left. So we're going to stay this way, continue on, and of course Francois is also Elementalist. It happens, you guys, it happens. What can I say? I don't know if Miniature and Relic make a combo. Let's see. What would? Oh, you know what? That might be Shrunken Heads. Stinger. Huh. So that's a Lord of the Rings combo. Miniature Relic would have been funny if it was Shrunken Heads, though, but that's a new combo, so I realize that probably wouldn't be a backfill yet. All right, so that's going to do 50 damage. So we've got 16 health left. Let's hope that that does enough, and it does. We're going to be about 70 health left, which is not ideal, but it's enough for us to continue on. Let's see how Miles plays. Okay, Miles is Enchanter. That's good for us. I'll keep this hand. It's Gonna work in a pinch here. We should get Miles' health down to about 60, and then we will play Spirit Gun, or Squirt Gun, I mean, and get his health down to about 20 left, roughly 15. All right, and hopefully that'll be enough to beat him, and it is. And we only lost 4 health there, so we'll keep going. We've only got Francois and Ella left, or not Francois, sorry, Xanthar and Ella left. So we'll keep going, see what we get. Another Elementalist. So this is the risky area here. And keep this hand. We've got a 33 attack, or a 35 attack, so we'll use the 35. That's going to get his health down by 18 plus the 5 damage at the start. And unfortunately, this is not a strong enough final form to be able to beat him, but it'll get him down to about 10 or less health. So not too bad. 5 health left. So I'm going to play... I think I'll just play this just to be on the safer side. So now I'm down to about 40 health left, and that's just a little bit too close from my personal comfort. So I am going to swap over to healer when I play against Ella here, because the last thing you want to do is get through 39 bosses and then lose on the last one. So I'm okay with potentially having to add 1 extra turn here, so I don't have to play all 40 bosses one more time. Alright, so we're on to the last boss here. I will keep this hand. I think we can do a 36. Yeah, that's our best combo. I don't have any final forms, though, so I should have actually swapped because I didn't have final forms, but it's okay. We'll still do 2 very high attacking combos here. And the good news is we still don't have a final form. That's the good news. No, bad news. I don't think I have anything that does a lot of attack either. There we go. The good news is Ella did not play a counterattack. But the bad news is we still don't have a final form. So we might just have to play her down in turns here. This is an unfortunate end for us, but you know what? We got her here, and let's see if our turns have dropped at all. We were at previously, calculator, 3 times 128. We were at 384 turns last time we played. Let's go in here and see. Looks like we're still at 384 turns, and it looks like Winter played his heroics round here. So I'm just going to double check, make sure. Yep, so I did not play as efficiently as I played earlier today, unfortunately. So I don't know how many turns it was, but it was more than 128 or so, because that's what was my turns this time. So had my turns here dropped down from 384, that would have meant I did it more efficiently, but I think that last round kind of hurt me, but that's how it goes sometimes. So anywho, I'm at 880 skulls right now, so I might be looking at purchasing some Onyx cards in a couple of days when the event ends. But I hope you enjoyed this extra long look at a heroics run, giving you kind of an idea of how I run it and how it goes. So anywho, it was a long video, but I do hope you enjoyed. Bye.